Hello everyone, Cindy here. I'm at the Yoga Body Elements studio here in Chicago, Illinois. And
Recording in progress.
I'm coming to you live on many platforms with this course, Introduction to Essential Oils. And this is a course that I have been leading, approved by Yoga Alliance and the National Board for Massage since 2012. And I absolutely love this course. I love essential oils. I work with them daily. If you come to see me for sessions, you have likely experienced the Young Living essential oils. I was introduced to Young Living essential oils in 2009 by a dear friend who was extremely passionate about working with essential oils for health and wellness. And through that, I just started to learn the benefits, one oil at a time, how outstanding essential oils can be for your wellness practice. So through those years from 2009 to 12, working with essential oils, working with bodywork clients and yoga students with essential oils, I decided to put this course together and have more knowledge available on a beginner level to feel more comfortable to work with essential oils. And so if you are a massage therapist and you're wanting continuing education and you are joining me live, you can send me a message and you can get 2 CEs, or you can click the link that's in this video and it'll send you to the link, and you can complete that process there. So we're gonna go through a list of essential oils. I have all the oils that we're gonna go through sitting right here. One thing that I love about Young Living is they are very much about seed to seal, so nothing in between. So these are some of the purest essential oils that I have found on the planet. There are many other essential oils out there, and we're going to go into some safety on how to work with essential oils and make sure whatever essential oils you decide to work with, whether it's Young Living or another brand, that you are getting a quality product not only for yourself, but if you're a practitioner, for your clients as well. So as I mentioned, Young Living is very much seed to seal. So that is their distilling process where I believe it's 200 pounds of peppermint go into one bottle of the peppermint oil, which this is a smaller peppermint oil. Right here I have the 2 sizes. So this is the 5 milliliter bottle and this is the 15 milliliter vial. So you can see there's quite a difference in size. And the thing with essential oils, especially the pure essential oils, is you only need 1 to 2 drops. You don't need any more. And especially if you're wanting to create the longevity of your essential oils, which many people like to do, you can also start to make products. But that amount that I was mentioning, that's more for the 15 milliliter, which you're seeing right here, and this is the 5. So these are the 2 different sizes you can get with these essential oils. Like I mentioned, 1 to 2 drops of essential oils, especially Young Living, that is all you need to receive the benefits. So one thing that I mentioned is creating the longevity with your essential oils. So you'll see right here is I have a spray bottle, and those of you know that I was very much, for some years, very much into making essential oil products, and I still do, and I used to have some available here at the Wellness Center where I'm coming to you live from. And this is actually one of them. So this is the lavender geranium, and I decided to put some crystals in this, so this also has an amethyst crystal in it. But this particular bottle has about 8 to 10 drops of essential oils in it, and then the rest is a little bit of witch hazel in the bottom, and then it's filled with distilled water. And you just want distilled water because it's the purest form of water, especially if you're going to seal something in and you're wanting to keep the life of whatever's in that bottle. So that's what's in this bottle, and this can go a really long time. When I first started working with essential oils, I just I was really into them. I was putting them on everything, with everything. Some of these essential oils you can put in your foods, and I wasn't stretching out the lifeline, and I was really going through some essential oils, like a lot of bottles in a month, and I realized there's a better way. So I started working with more carrier oils. So as I showed you, spray. I don't have one here, but you can get like a empty pump bottles. I would recommend the glass over the plastic because the plastic will leach into your products. So if you can have glass, one of those amber bottles or the blue bottles, those are really great glass bottles. You could put like a soft cover it if you're over it, if you're concerned of knocking it over and breaking it. And again, those, depending on the size of the bottle, anywhere from, like this bottle, like I mentioned, 8 to 10 drops. Larger bottles, you could do 10 to 20 drops, and it also just depends which essential oils you are working with, and we're gonna get into that as well. But if you're gonna make one of those pump bottles, find your favorite carrier oil. Some really great ones are coconut oil, jojoba oil, sesame oil. You could add some vegetable glycerin in, or castor oil is a really great one to work with. Those vegetable glycerins and the castor oil is going to make the oil a little thicker, less runny, and some people like that and some people think it's too thick. So experiment a little, see which works best for you. If you're not sure which carrier oil to work with and you do have more sensitive skin, jojoba is the type of oil that is very close to our human skin oils. So if you're more sensitive skin, I would start jojoba and just start with little areas of the body. So what are the best areas of the body to start with essential oils? That would be the soles of your feet. So the soles of our feet have the thickest skin, and they can handle a lot. So if you're sensitive skin, or you're just learning how to get into the essential oils, the feet were a part of the body that I started working with the most. You can put 1 to 2 drops on your hands. When you, some practitioners say activate or warm or open up the oil, you want to rub it in your hands clockwise. And then you can also add a carrier oil, like a dime size of your coconut oil or jojoba. Mix that in if it's not already blended. And then you can put it on your feet, right? You can put it on your hands. Another really great thing to do is to cup your hands and put them over your face, and you can smell those oils. So, and some people put them in their hair. They make hair products with them. I make body products with mine. I make my face serum with mine. There's such a variety of fun that you can have with these essential oils. And there's another course that I will put out on these different ways of working with essential oils and these different products. But if you scroll on YouTube, I'm sure you can find some really great creators out there sharing the different things that you can do with essential oils. Starting though, less is more. So less of the essential oil, more of the carrier oil. So starting with the top 3, the first 3 oils that are really great to start with, and these are the ones that I start with in most of the starter kits. So if you do want to get a starter kit with Young Living, this is one of the starter kits right here. I have it right here, and on the back it's got listed all of the oils here. And let's see, remember you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get 10 essential oils in here. But the 3 that are almost always in all the starter oils are lavender, peppermint, and lemon. And so these are the essential oils that are really great to start with. Why? They're more gentle for the body. They're really easy to access. So the one though that is said to be the best for most skin types, unless you know that you are allergic to lavender, is lavender. Lavender is one of the most neutral essential oils out there. It's very gentle, it's very healing for most skins, and it's very calming for the body. So to show you what I was describing with this essential oil is you would just take the cap off, so they're all capped, and you would put 1 to 2 drops in your hands, just like that, and then you want to seal it. And then from here, again, you're going to rub your hands together clockwise. I like to do 3 times, and then you can cover your nose, take some breaths in. Inhale through your nose, exhale out the mouth. And then some people like to just run their hands over their hair, their clothes, their feet. And maybe you want to put 2 drops on the soles of the feet or each sole of the foot, however that feels best for you. Another safety thing before I get into these specific oils and their benefits is where are you getting your essential oils? So I'm a distributor with Young Living. So people that come to the wellness center, they'll place their order with me, or they'll get my link and they'll order directly online. And if you order, like many things, more frequently, you get a little bit of a discount. You can also become a distributor and get a better discount. But that's just how I've shared the essential oils. Now, there are a lot of third-party companies out there distributing products for us right now. And one thing to make sure is you want to make sure that you are getting the product that you are purchasing. And what's very important, especially with essential oils, is you're going to be doing them for, many people get essential oils not only for the scent, but they get them for their well-being and their purity. And so you want to make sure that what you are purchasing is actually what you're getting. So I would avoid purchasing essential oils off of any third-party websites. And here is why. I will show you why. When you complete using an essential oil bottle, there's the top, right? So the top, if this wasn't an open bottle, this would be sealed. This white, that would be sealed, right? And it would just pop if it was a new oil. The next thing is you can, if you can see, there's this topper here, this plastic topper. You can just pop that topper off. So what happens sometimes is if you're not buying directly from the company or directly from the distributor, people can get these empty bottles. They can fill these bottles with whatever they want. They can keep the original label or buy a new label and put it on, recap it. You can buy these caps and you can pop that cap on and it can look like it's a Young Living lavender oil, but that's maybe or maybe not exactly what's inside. So by getting these oils directly from a distributor or directly from the Young Living site or whichever company you're going from, I highly recommend. I personally haven't had this experience. I haven't had this experience with any of my clients because they just come directly through me or go directly to the website. However, in some courses that I've taken that have also incorporated essential oils, this has happened to people. And no oils should be getting rancid. So yeah, very important to be mindful where you are getting your essential oils from. I cannot emphasize that enough. Also, there is the difference between a hot and a cool essential oil. And one of the best ones that I like to share with people is, I don't think I have the juniper here, but I definitely have the rosemary because we're going to talk a little bit more about that one. But rosemary is a very hot oil. We also have Thieves essential oil, which we're going to talk about that. That's a blend, right? So we've got the single oils, which is the rosemary, the lavender, the peppermint. That is a single oil, so that's just one plant in the essential oil. Thieves, this has multiple: eucalyptus, lemon, rosemary, cinnamon, and this is also a hot essential oil. So what do I mean by hot? is because of the rosemary, because of the cinnamon, that creates heat. And what can happen is if you put these essential oils directly on your skin or directly on sensitive areas of the body, which would include your face, your neck, sometimes even your belly and your back, it can burn. So that is where including a carrier oil, 1 to 2 drops, especially with any essential oil, but especially the rosemary, or any other hot oils, you want to have a carrier oil to avoid burning of the skin. And I have actually, unfortunately, seen this happen to people's skin, and it's very, it takes a long time for the skin to repair and heal from essential oil burn. It's just like a sunburn. It takes a while to heal. So I can't emphasize enough to check your essential oils, learn a little bit more. We're going to go into it a little bit more. What's a hot oil? What's a cold oil? And even if it's a cooling oil, still having a carrier oil with it, just for protection, just to support your skin, your well-being, I can't emphasize enough. So that's another thing to really be mindful of as you're getting into this adventure of essential oils. So I just find these things are very important for safety and your well-being as you start to incorporate this more natural, holistic way of working with your wellness. So let's see, we went through the essential oils, we went through some essential oil safety, and then we've also went through a few different ways of making a spray with your essential oil, making a body oil with your essential oil. Another one that I'll share before we get into more of these essential oils and their benefits is a body scrub. So I used to have these body scrubs here at the Wellness Center where it was half Epsom salt or sea salt, half coconut sugar, and coconut oil was the carrier oil, and some of these scrubs had cedar and bergamot, which was a really great blend. It's good for balancing the emotions. Some say it's supportive for reducing anger. And lavender and geranium was another favorite, so that's very calming with the lavender, soothing, relaxing. Geranium is a great essential oil for the heart, opening the heart. And people just love them. They said their skin felt really soft and they smelled really good. So that's another really great thing that you can create with your essential oils. And just give me 1 minute. Actually, I might have it in here. Let me see. I might actually have it in here. I didn't pull it out. Oh, I do. So I don't have to leave you. I have this in here. So I want to share this as well before we get into the benefits of these oils, is this book. And I'm going to come a little closer so you can see this book. It's the Essential Oil Pocket Guide. And this book is such a gem, especially if you're wanting to go a little bit more deeper dive on your own about essential oils beyond what we're going to get to into. This is just an introduction class. I would highly recommend getting this book. It's a life science publishing book. Yesterday's wisdom, today's discovery. This is the 6th edition, and due to certain claims and certain results in some of these books, this company has been asked to republish. So what I would say with that is find an older version of the book because you will have more information in that book, an older book versus a newer version. So this is the 6th edition that I have. It has a lot of really great benefits, a lot of really great information, but I do know some editions have been made after. I would not recommend getting a newer edition of this book. So I hope that was clear. But so to get into this, so I just turned to say I was looking at the essential oil acceptance. It gets into so much detail of acceptance, so it stimulates the mind, compelling us to open and accept new things, people, relationships, and life, and allowing one to reach a higher potential. And it helps, it's said to help us overcome procrastination. And what does this essential oil have? So acceptance is not a single oil, it's a blend. And it has almond oil, coriander, geranium, bergamot, frankincense, sandalwood, neroli, ylang ylang. And you can see here it goes even more detail. So if you want to know about where each of those essential oils, those single oils that made this blend are, what they are, what the benefits are, where they come from, it goes into a little bit more detail. This book also talks about applications. So example, if you're going to diffuse it, so that's one thing that I haven't mentioned yet. If you get a diffuser, which is an electronic device that you would put a couple essential oil drops in the center and then fill the rest of it. You want to make sure it's with distilled water, because our tap water isn't as pure as we need it to be when we are putting these essential oils into the air. So we don't want some of the things that are in our tap water to be coming out with essential oil. We want it to be the purest form, water, distilled, like your essential oil, purest form. So 1 to 2 drops into that diffuser, add some distilled water, put the top on it, and just let it diffuse until it's empty. But another diffusing option is, it says here to put 1 to 2 drops in your bath water. So yes, you can add this to your bath water, and you think of the ratio of 1 to 2 drops of the essential oil versus a tub full. You'll just get that energy, you'll get the benefits in a very gentle way. And then as we're to apply, when we're talking about acceptance, applying over the heart, the thymus, the wrists, behind the ears, the neck, and the temples. So again, this is I love sharing this guide. I can't highly recommend it enough if you are wanting to go into a deeper dive. This book, though, specifically focuses on Young Living essential oils. So if you are choosing to go with another brand, you may not find your particular blends in here. But any sort of single oil that you're working with, you can more than likely find the benefits in this book. Again, it's the Essential Oil Pocket Reference Guide. Okay, grab one of those. Highly recommend it. Okay, so as I mentioned, behind me I have the kit of 250 essential oils. And this is not something that you need to start with. When I decided that I wanted to start sharing this information more publicly and getting it out there to really allow people to have access to what these essential oils can do, I decided to bring this kit into this course. But the essential oils that we're going to go through in front right here, even if you just start with these first 3 that I mentioned, the lavender, peppermint, lemon, great ways to start. So in this course, we also just made these sheets, these take-home sheets. So if you are doing your continuing education and you do click that link and make the investment in the course, I'll send you these sheets so you can have this information as well that I'm going to go over next. But we're going to just go over to some introduction essential oils, and then I'm also going to include, just as a special bonus, some really great essential oils that are good for the holidays, the winter season, and keeping your immune system vital and in a good space as the seasons change. So the first essential oil we're going to go through is lavender. So I've already shared lavender with you. This is a very neutral essential oil for most people. It's can be very nurturing and calming and soothing for the skin, especially if you're having any sort of rosacea. Again, if you're going to apply this in any sensitive areas of the body or around any sensitive areas of the body, make sure to have a carrier oil. So, known as the universal calming oil for the nervous system. And it's good to, I'm just going to go through what's also on this sheet as well, so you can know what's on these sheets. to heal and repair the skin. It reduces insomnia. It improves respiratory infections, so if you have a respiratory infection, and it can also aid with menstrual cycle and PMS. So really great for sleeping. I know people that have put a little drop on their hand and rubbed it on their pillow at night so they can smell the lavender when they're sleeping. I know people that have radiator heat or even the vent heat, they'll get a cotton ball and they'll put a couple drops in the cotton ball and they'll set the cotton ball on the radiator, the heat, so when the air is coming through the vent or the steam is coming through the radiator, it's also getting that vapor to move the essential oil in the space. Respiratory infections, 1 to 2 drops, carrier oil in the hand, rubbing on the chest, rubbing on the rib cage. And then for the menstrual cycle, placing it on the lower abdomen or lower back space can be really calming for the body and the nervous system. Again, some people just like to, I usually have 5 or so essential oils in my handbag wherever I'm traveling, when I go to see home clients or even just myself, but even just taking one of these oils out, uncapping it and breathing in, holding your breath for 3 counts if that's possible, and then exhaling out. Those of you that attend, I do an event called Access Your Light Codes monthly here in the Wellness Center in Chicago, Yoga Body Elements, and we work with these essential oils when you come to that event. And this is one thing we do where we uncap the oil, I lead through some breath techniques, and we inhale, hold the breath for 1 to 3 counts, and then exhale. So when you inhale, you want to make sure to bring the essential oil up to your nose. And then when you exhale, you want to remove the essential oil so you're not breathing into the top. You want to make sure also, I didn't mention this for safety and longevity of these oils, we don't want to touch the top, this little kind of nipple dropper space. We don't want to touch that with our hands, especially if we haven't just washed our hands, because that can contaminate the oil and reduce its longevity. So just make sure to cap it right away. When you drop a drop or 2 into your hands, just make sure that that top doesn't hit your hand, and you will happily have your oil for a good amount of time, depending how frequently you use these oils. I will add one more thing here as well. You can see that these essential oils, before I go into peppermint, these essential oils come in this case. So this case, it has a foam, black foam in the middle that have little holes that I can put the essential oils in, so they're not banging against each other when I'm traveling. And it also keeps the essential oils in the dark. So like some foods, you want to make sure to keep out of heat, in the dark, in a neutral temperature space. These essential oils can last a really long time with care. So just making sure to cap it, not touch the top of the dropper with your hands, and then storing them in a dark and neutral temperature space. Such as one of Young Living has these great bags. You don't have to they've got smaller bags too, I think that hold like 6. I know there's one that I have that holds, I think it's like 20 essential oils. So they don't have to be this big, but I would highly recommend, if you tend to sometimes drop things as humans do, I know I do, having a protective case for your oils. Okay, let's get into the next essential oil. This is peppermint. So peppermint is really great. It's invigorating. It's good for improving the mood. It's also, peppermint is a cooling oil, so it has a cooling effect. It's also very good. Peppermint is excellent for stimulating and balancing out the digestion. And you don't need to take it internally. You could do 1 to 2 drops in the hand, get a carrier oil, put the carrier oil in your hand and rub on your belly or around your navel. You can take this internally. So one thing that I haven't spoken about is veggie caps. So another way, if you want to work with essential oils, and I know there's some aromatherapists out there that are not going to agree with me with this. So again, work with this with your own body. Make sure that you use a carrier oil, but if you do want to work with these essential oils internally, get some of those empty veggie caps. Again, you just need 1, maybe 2 drops of essential oil in the veggie cap, and then put a carrier oil in the veggie cap. So I like to work with coconut oil with my veggie caps when I'm going to digest an essential oil internally. So just make sure, because that's going to be more gentle as that veggie cap breaks down for your gut and the essential oil gets released. Having that carrier oil is going to be gentler on your system as you're receiving the benefits, if you do choose to work with these essential oils internally, but not required. Again, you could just rub some of this peppermint oil on your belly. What is peppermint oil also great for? It helps improve if you have any sort of arthritic pain, so you could rub it with your hands. A combination of lavender and peppermint smells really nice and would also help with reducing inflammation or any sort of arthritic pain on the hands. It also helps reduce respiratory infections, fungal infections, like candida, and it can also balance out if you're feeling nauseous in your stomach. Even peppermint, really nice with the carrier oil, putting it on the temples, putting it at the base of the skull. Again, those are more gentle parts of the skin, the body, so make sure to add a carrier oil. All right, going on to the next one, we've got lemon. So lemon, this lemon, just like smell this. Lemon is one of our citrus oils. So one thing to be mindful with the citrus oil, lemon, orange, grapefruit, if you are making any sort of body care products, you want to be mindful how much sun time you're going to have after you apply, and if you do apply topically any of these oils. Citrus is excellent. It's really great for rejuvenating the skin. However, putting a lot of heat or sun on the body after the citrus can be damaging to your skin. So just be mindful if you are again choosing to put these products like lemon on topically, to be mindful of your sun exposure. But this lemon, what it's really great for, it's great for killing any sort of bacterias. It's also good for reducing any sort of wrinkles. So again, if you did want to put it on, creating like a face serum with some castor oil or vegetable glycerin, excellent. I would highly recommend doing that when you're going to sleep, if you're wanting to bring in a citrus oil into your skincare regimen. It aids with digestion, it kills parasites, and it also can improve your digestion. So this is with lemon. I've actually traveled when I was going into different countries and I didn't know if I would find fresh fruit in certain areas. I would bring one of these. Young Living has 2 versions of essential oils now. They have the regular oils, which are a little more strong, and then they have a version of the essential oils called Vitality. And the Vitality essential oils are actually a little more gentle, less strong, but still effective. But those essential oils are easier for the body to digest. So if you are a little hesitant to start, you want to work with essential oils internally, but you're hesitant on working with the pure, like the really strong ones with more lemon or peppermint or whichever one you're working with, get the Vitality. They are created to support internally. All right, so those are our first 3 oils. Let's keep moving along. The next one, I absolutely love this. This is Thieves. Thieves is not only a part of this course of Introduction to Essential Oils, it's also in the bonus. It's one of my favorite essential oils to use, have around, and share with clients. Especially if you are around kids, a lot of teachers or grandparents. Why? Because the combination of this blend, Thieves, is excellent for supporting your immune system. Eucalyptus, clove, lemon, cinnamon, and rosemary. So this I've made spray bottles with. So I've made spray bottles with this. Excellent to spray around the home, over your pillow, in the air, if you have people that are coughing or expelling mucus around you. this can help keep your immune system strong. And again, putting this on the soles of your feet every day or before you go to sleep, I highly recommend. Young Living actually has lozenges, and those are my preferred lozenges for immune system. I usually have a bag or two on hand to go through if I just feel like my immune system might be down a little bit and I need a little extra support. Okay, so thieves, what is it good for? It strengthens your immune system. It also aids with gums. So I have had clients that were going to have some pretty strong dental procedures, and I had some samples. They're in here. I don't need to show you them, but I've got like little samples that have a few drops in them. And they mixed it with a carrier oil. They put it right along the gum line. Young Living actually has Thieves toothpaste. I've used it for many years as one of my go-to toothpastes. And the clove, it's the clove that is very supportive for the gums. And then it can also be a natural cleaner. So because it's antibacterial, antifungal, all the essential oils are antibacterial, antifungal, but the ones such as Thieves that are really great for a natural cleaner, so much so that you can have it internally. It also just creates this really great scent, this really great aroma to have around. So that is Thieves, and I'm going to step over here 1 minute just to turn this light back on for you to have a little more light. Okay, all right, I am back. So, moving on, what do we have next? Next, we have our frankincense. So today, I don't have the 100% pure frankincense, but I do have our sacred frankincense, which they are slightly different, and now I didn't have it out and I can't find it for you right now. Where did you go, sacred frankincense? There we go, here's our sacred frankincense. But they do have similar properties, similar benefits. So sacred frankincense, or frankincense, this has been an oil that has been used for many, many years, and it's said to be a protection oil by some, and some believe it can cure almost everything. And I say that very lightly. I don't say that, but people, it's known to treat it. This oil, it's said to reduce depression. It's said to help anyone who, to aid anyone that's working with cancer. It's said to improve respiratory infections, and it's said to reduce inflammation and to stimulate the immune system. The sacred frankincense, it's more of a resin, so it's going to be a thicker essential oil. And it tends to be one of a more higher priced essential oils. So for a lot of people, really allowing the longevity and being able to stretch it out with the carrier oil can be important to some people. But this is also really great for the skin, to add to your skin regimen as well. Sacred frankincense. All right, the next one that I have is Panaway. So Panaway is a blend, and Panaway, I'm actually gonna open this up and read Panaway for you. I don't remember all of the ingredients that are in this one, but it is a great pain reliever. It's really great if you have any sort of sore muscles to put on. It reduces inflammation, arthritis, it relieves cramps, bumps, bruises, and can also, if you have any sort of sprains, it can help with recovery with that. Panaway has wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, and peppermint in it. Again, 1 to 2 drops in a carrier oil, that's all you need. Rub it clockwise and apply wherever it can support you. It's very invigorating. All right, moving along. The next essential oil that I'm going to share is Stress Away. So Stress Away, this is the one that's in the 15 milliliter bottle. They do, most of the essential oils you can get in the 5 milliliter, so, but the 15 milliliter is the better investment and will last longer. I'm going to look up Stress Away for you as well for a blend. And it's pretty much Stress Away, it's in the name. I have clients that have me order these bottles for them monthly. They take them on their travels, they've got very busy lives, and the blend they find to be very calming and supportive for their daily living. What does Stress Away have in? It has lime, cedarwood, vanilla, octia, lavender in it, and copiaba, which is like a frankincense. And again, so, you know, some people for this one, especially people that travel, you could put it on as an application, but even just taking the top off, smelling it throughout the day if you're feeling a little more stressed and you're wanting to calm the nervous system. It helps with everyday stress, improving mental response, restoring balance in the body, and also said to help promote with relaxation. Moving along, we have tea tree. So tea tree is the last of the main introduction to essential oils that I'll share. So tea tree, it's really said to be, it's a high regarded antiseptic and reducing, so if there's any fungus around the body, reducing, not applying it directly. So any sort of injured, broken, or reddish skin, we never want to apply essential oils over directly, but around the area can be supportive. So tea tree, it can improve your sinus infections and lung infections. It can improve your teeth and gums. So similar to the thieves, you can also work with tea tree. Most people don't like the taste of the tea tree. They prefer the thieves. So if you were going to pick one or the other, I would go with the eucalyptus, clove, lemon, cinnamon, rosemary. It can also reduce water retention and also improve your skin condition. So another great one to put into your face serum to reduce inflammation. All right, so that is the first half of the training. I'm not seeing any questions yet. I'm sorry if you are putting them there and I'm not seeing them. I will go back and answer them for you. I'm just going to keep moving along for time's sake. So as I mentioned, these holiday essential oils, there's just titled it the holidays or winter essential oils, or immune support essential oils. There are going to be some repeats in this. We're going to keep going. So the next essential oil, this is eucalyptus blue. So there are, I believe, 5 different eucalyptus plants out there, and they all have different benefits. So eucalyptus blue, this is said to be the one that supports your respiratory system. And it's also said to be the one, so if you're choosing, if you are more sensitive and you're not sure which eucalyptus to start with, the eucalyptus blue, people have found less people to have an allergic reaction to. So eucalyptus blue is a more gentle of all the eucalyptus. It can support respiratory infections. It can support relieving sore muscles. It can support reducing mucus in the lungs, especially if you're coughing or if you have any sort of like bronchial symptoms. And again, 1 part essential oil and 1 part carrier oil. So it could be just 1 drop of essential oil, a dime size of your carrier oil. Rub it together, breathe it in, place it topically on the body. You can apply it on your chakras, which I haven't mentioned yet. Some of you may know the chakras as we're moving through this video. They're those energy centers that run along the center line of the body and have different benefits. We're not going to get into the chakras too much. If you do want to take my Yoga for Massage Therapist course, we do get into the chakras there as well, and also the restorative stretching. But you can look up chakras if you're curious. Again, using this in a humidifier or diffuser. Also important, eucalyptus is toxic to many animals, specifically pets. So if you do have a pet at home, cat, dog, or any other pet that's roaming around in your environment, you want to keep this essential oil away from them because it can be very toxic to the animals. And you also want to be maybe mindful when you choose to apply this essential oil if you are going to be around those animals or close to your little fur babies. So be mindful of that, but don't be afraid to use this one. This is an excellent essential oil. That's the 2 essential oils that I use the most in the Wellness Center here, especially for one-on-one sessions, are the lavender and the eucalyptus blue, and sometimes that combination of them both. And then the other one is the other two are the peppermint and the thieves. Moving along, peppermint's on here again. We're not going to go through peppermint because we already went through that, but moving on to rosemary. So as I mentioned, rosemary is a hot oil, so we want to work with this oil as well with caution. So just making sure that we definitely use a carrier oil when we use our rosemary, and if you're more sensitive skin and not sure how your body's going to respond to this oil, start with using rosemary on the soles of your feet. So rosemary, it's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it can help with bringing mental clarity. Some people even have used this that have Alzheimer's for clarity. It reduces throat and lung infections. So 1 part rosemary, 1 to 2 parts carrier oil. And I would use more carrier oil to start with if you do have sensitive skin. You can put it on the soles of your feet. You can inhale it directly, and you can also diffuse it. Rosemary is actually used with caution or not at all if anyone has high blood pressure, and you can research that on your own as to why. But I will just add that in this video. If you do have high blood pressure and you're considering working with rosemary topically, just use it with caution. Yes, rosemary, they actually used to have hanging in the hospitals. A lot of changes were made into the hospitals over the years, especially from the 40s, but they used to hang rosemary to purify the air in the hospitals. So rosemary has been used for wellness and health for a very long time. Okay, so we're gonna keep moving on. The next one is oregano. So oregano, this is another hot oil. Oregano, you want to definitely use a carrier oil with. A lot of people will take oregano internally when it's in its purest form through a veggie cap. So if you are going to start using oregano oil for digestion, for purification, I would just do 1 drop of oregano in a veggie cap, and then definitely fill that cap with a carrier oil. And I would not work with oregano every day. I personally would suggest if you are going to work with oregano oil once a week, or at max every 3 days. Most bodies do not need to have this much of pure oregano oil. Again, this is a really great one to put on the soles of your feet. So It's immune stimulant, it's powerful antiviral, it's antibacterial, antifungal, anti-aging, and it can help with aiding with any sort of respiratory infections. This one, here it is again, 1 part essential oil, 4 parts carrier oil. So I think this is the first essential oil that there's been more parts, way more parts of a carrier versus the essential oil itself. So definitely important to dilute oregano oil if you are going to start working with it for your wellness. Soles of the feet, diffuse or take as a dietary supplement. As I mentioned, you can put it in a veggie cap. It can irritate the nasal membranes if inhaled directly. So I wouldn't recommend it. And if you were going to inhale oregano, just have it a little bit lower. Like I have it below my chin, and I'm getting a good amount of aroma just having the oregano just below my chin. Okay, moving on, we have thyme. So thyme essential oil. This is another hot oil. Again, use with caution. This also has 1 part essential oil, 4 parts carrier oil, right? So what are the sizes of that? You can think of the dime size. So if you had 4 dimes and 1 drop of this essential oil, that's a good start. And you might even want to do more than that if you know that you have sensitive skin. Highly antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitic. And it's said to be the most, thyme is also an ingredient that is often found in your over-the-counter vapor rubs. So again, if you're having a challenging time breathing, or you are feeling congested, thyme is a really great resource to try. You can apply it on the soles of your feet. Thyme has been actually documented to kill 50 different types of bacteria. So again, thyme has been documented to kill 50 types of bacteria, fungal, as it's an antiseptic. Okay, so very powerful one to have around, especially to support your wellness and immune system. This one as well it might irritate your nasal membrane. So this is another one that if you're going to inhale it, yep, if I have it just below my chin, I am getting a nice amount of time still without having it right up to my nose to breathe with. Okay, moving on. We've got thieves again, yes. Okay, the next one is Raven. So this one is, Raven is similar to a eucalyptus, and it's a eucalyptus. It's got peppermint, it's got wintergreen, it's got lemon. I've heard a lot of practitioners use this one for grounding and stability. It can support fighting against respiratory disease or infection. It's highly antiviral, highly antiseptic. And this one we go back down to 1 part essential oil, 1 part carrier. This is a really nice one to put into the evening Epsom salt soak or Himalayan salt soak. Put a couple drops in there so you're breathing it with the warm water to support your breathing, your lungs, and your feet. This one you actually want to be cautious because it does have the lemon in it if you are going to have any sun exposure that day. So possibly consider applying this one if you're going to be in some sun just on the soles of the feet. This is the Raven, or applying in the evening. So the oil has its way to work while you're sleeping. All right, moving on. We're gonna move on to orange. So here's another really great citrus oil. Orange is orange. Orange is citrus. It can be really good for your skin. So if you're wanting to add it again into your vegetable glycerin or your castor oil. You can include it, put it on your skin in the AM if you're not going to have a lot of sun exposure, or make sure to put some sort of mineral sunscreen on if you are, or work with it in the PM. The orange, let's make sure I don't miss any of these benefits here. It's also good for reducing hypertension. So if you feel stress or your body is holding tension, this orange can be really good for helping to support relieving that. It also supports insomnia, so reducing insomnia. So if you're not sleeping, this, like the lavender oil, you might put some near your bed, or maybe you put a drop, and if you feel comfortable rubbing your hand with essential oil on your pillow at night to support your sleep patterns. Orange can also help reduce fluid retention. So if there's any area of the body that you're holding fluid, you could try putting a drop of the essential oil in your hand, carrier oil, and rubbing that mixture on any area, which sometimes is the belly, sometimes is the calves. You can put this essential oil on your chakras, 7 energy centers, inhale directly. You could take it as a supplement in a veggie cap. It's very complementary with lemon, grapefruit, tangerine, cinnamon, patchouli, and once again, it's here even in the notes, avoid sun exposure if you are going to be working with this essential oil that day. Definitely make sure to put a mineral sunscreen on if you are going to go out into the sun after applying and working with it. And I don't have Joy with us today. That is one of the essential oil blends. It's actually in both of the packets, but I didn't have it when I went to do this video for you all today. I didn't have it in the kit. So what does Rose have? It has rose, bergamot, mandarin, ylang-ylang, lemon, ginger, geranium, jasmine, palmarosa, Roman chamomile, and rosewood. And I have had a lot of clients that love to the Joy and the Stress Away. Really activated, really creators, movers, entrepreneurs. Those are the ones that tend to like to purchase the Joy, the Stress Away, and also the Thieves. Those are the ones that I find, and the Lavender. Those are the ones that I find that I'm ordering for them the most to have for pickup, to support them with their active lifestyle. So what does Joy say it supports? It produces a magnetic energy that brings joy to the mind and the heart and the soul, and it's said to help overcome any sort of deep-seated grief or sadness or depression. So if you're needing just a mood elevator, the Joy can be very supportive with that blend of aromas. You could put 1 to 2 drops on a wet cloth. You could place it in the dryer so that the Joy is on your clothes when you're doing your laundry. You could put a cotton ball, as I mentioned, on the air vents. You could diffuse it. You could put it in your bath water, and you could also massage it at some areas that are good for the Joy: the abdomen, the lower back, and the soles of the feet. But since I have hope, I'm also going to share hope with you. So this one is it's a similar frequency to Joy, and I'm actually going to pull out the book so we can go a little bit more into what the Hope blend is. One thing that I also forgot to mention about this book, which I love, if there's anything that you're wanting, the reference book, if there's anything that you're wanting support with, you can likely find it in here. So like right here, I just opened up to infection, bacterial and viral. And it's going to describe what that is, and then it's going to talk about the single oils that are going to support you, the blends. And then Young Living also has some nutritional lines, nutritional supplements, so that's in there as well. And how do you choose? Well, it'd be whatever you already have in your cabinet, work with those. And the essential oil that's closer to the top, the first 1 to 3, those are the best. And if you have the other ones, they're still going to support you, but the ones that are highly recommended will be listed first. But let's keep going back to hope. So, I'm gonna find hope for us, and I'm gonna share with you. All right, so hope. Hope is an essential oil for moving forward in life. Hopelessness can cause a loss of vision, goals, and dreams, and this blend can help you reconnect a feeling of strength, grounding, restoring, hope for tomorrow, as it's and it can also help with reducing any sort of feelings of depression. What is in the hope oil? Almond oil, so this is a blend, it's not a single or pure. It's a blend. It's got melissa, juniper, myrrh, spruce in it. You can apply it directly, inhale it, put some drops on a cotton ball, apply topically with the ears, the wrists, the neck, the temples, the heart, chakras, and the feet. And you might just inhale it as needed throughout the day. And hope, because of actually I'm not quite sure, but this one does have a caution for sensitive skin, not the sun, but sensitive skin. So make sure if you're working with the hope oil or even the joy, again, any of the essential oils, that you are working with the carrier oil. All right, so that is your introduction to essential oils course. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it inspiring. I hope that it got you thinking of some questions on how you could bring essential oils into your daily life. And I just thank you for taking time to be with me here today, to allow me to share this information with you. This is definitely one of my wellness passions. Like I said, I've been working with these essential oils since 2009, and it was personal working with them, and then it became a part of my practices. I've grown with my sharings of wellness and even in the wellness center here. So please take this information with me. Send me any questions. Email me if you have any questions. Again, if you are a licensed massage therapist or a yoga instructor and you are wanting continuing education for attending this course today, send me a message and we can get your certificate of completion. I just have a couple of questions for you and that can be complete. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing you soon. Please share this information with anyone who's seeking to expand their health and wellness options. And please do check out the rest of the essential of the continuing education courses that I have available. I do offer them in person in Chicago. I do travel to teach as well, so you might find me in your state. So watch the calendar, and if you're wanting to bring this information to your wellness center, your clinic, your school, or any of the other continuing education courses that I provide, I'd be happy to have that conversation. Have a great day and enjoy your journey with your essential oils. Bye for now.